Meanwhile, a packed bus was speeding out of control down the highway. The passengers crowded around the driver, screaming at him in panic.
Oh, please, Mr. Driver, stop it! Oh my god, at least slow down just a little bit.
I can't. It just keeps accelerating. I can't even shut off the engine. Oh, hey, why did you put it on a highway? This thing's not even finished yet. The steering wheel, it moved on its own. I still can't control the bus at all. You're saying someone else is driving it?
Oh, I'm so scared. I am so scared. Oh god, someone help us. Oh, please, someone stop the bus, please.
The bus was a pandemonium of shrieks and screams, but nothing they did could help them avoid their fate.
Well, maybe it's too late for us.
In one corner of the bus sat Haruna, clutching the seat and silently trembling. In her despair, she could only think of Yamato and the times they'd spent together.
I wanted to make so many more memories with Yamato-kun. I wanted to tell him more about what I was really thinking. Wait, why have I been thinking of Yamato-kun this whole time? I guess I really do love Yamato-kun. I think maybe I've always loved him.
Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized that the end was near. She clung desperately to those memories.
Please, save me, Yamato-kun. I want to see you again.
Looking down on the hellish scene were three suspicious-looking bionic humans. I don't like getting civilians mixed up in this, even if it is part of our mission.
But I wish the passengers wouldn't yell and scream so. Oh, no one is coming to save them. So they should make peace with their lives or whatever. And only 20 kilometers into the final destination. And then the distance to the ground, of course. Speaking of which, he is late. When is that man Stryker going to save them? Speak of the devil, it seems our champion has finally arrived. That he has. Now we'll be finishing the Stryker off, exactly as planned.
Jack and I slid through the air, over the highway, drawing closer to the speeding bus. Is that it? Is that the runaway bus we were all talking about? It looked bad. There was a drop-off about 8 kilometers from the current location. They had mentioned the highway was still unfinished. A drop from that height could kill everyone on board.
My leash! Look, there, above them.
Yeah, those are Balborn cyborgs, all right. So, they were behind this after all.
I shall deal with them, my leash. You must stop the bus.
Jack glided downwards, picking up speed as he headed straight for the bus. Seeing his approach, one of the bionic humans charged straight at him.
You shall not interfere.
Yeah. Jack drew a ninja sword, then kicked off the ground and back into the air. There was a clashing sound as they met. Sparks flew into the air. The Balborn cyborg, Daniel, blocked Jack's strike with his left arm and glared down at him. Hey Jack, hey, be careful! He has the power to. Daniel thrust his hands out at him. Jack's expression turned to one of shock. The next moment, Jack's body plunged like a stone to the road beneath. Oh dear, Jack! The elevated highway shook from the force. A human-sized crater appeared in the asphalt. Jack's body was pinned to the ground by incredible gravitational force. He couldn't even stand.
How do you like 10 Gs pressing down on you, Beat players should not try to hog the spotlight, yeah? You fiend!
Jack struggled upwards against the incredible force. His arm moved in a flash. A glint of silver shot from his hand, disappearing beneath the bus. Liquid began pouring out onto the road in gulps.
My leash! I have pierced the gasoline tank! Godspeed!
Thanks, Jack. I left Jack behind and made for the bus. Fortunately, I could outrun it. I drew closer and closer until I was running along beside it. I looked inside to see the passengers in the grip of panic. Those damn Balborans had... How dare they subject innocent people to this? I looked a bit closer and saw that the steering wheel was moving on its own. I flashed back to the incident with the hot dog stand. Damn, they must be controlling it remotely. In that case, I'd have to stop it by force. I flew as fast as I could, trying to get around to the front of the bus. But a wall of flame cut off my path. Take this, Stryker. Phoenix. God damn it. I don't have any time to deal with you now. I twisted my body to evade Phoenix's attack, then leapt, planting my foot on his head. Impossible! Using him as a stepping stone, I leaped higher into the air. I vaulted over the bus, then turned to meet it head on. It wasn't that heavy. I might just be able to stop it. It was less than a second before the speeding bus hit me. My body hit the metal with a crashing sound. Black smoke rose up. Sparks flew from beneath my feet as they ground into the asphalt. No matter what, I would stop it. My consciousness was growing hazy from the force of the shock. The bus was like a pure wall of force trying to grind me down. Still, I wouldn't give in. I pushed down with both my legs, trying to slow the bus's momentum. Even though it did slow down a little, I still couldn't stop this mad dash to death. God, I have to hold out, somehow. My feet were burning from the friction. My back felt like it would break from the force. My entire body cried out in pain even. How could I hope to stop it in this condition? I redoubled my efforts to get my footing. It was unbearable. If I lost focus for even a moment, I would lose consciousness entirely. I gritted my teeth. Just then, I heard a cry from one of the passengers. Hey, look! There's a strange man clinging to the front of the bus. Hey, isn't that terrorist from the news?
Oh, he must be the reason the bus won't stop. Oh no, he's going to kill us all.
It was horrible. I was forced to listen to their heartless words as I strained to get my footing. Still, I couldn't make a dent in the bus's momentum. The black smoke rose higher as I dug my feet deeper into the asphalt.
As Yamato strained, the Balboran cyborgs looked coldly down on him.
It is all going according to plan. Yes, it is. Yes, quite. The bus itself is 11 tons. With a full complement of passengers, it reaches nearly 20.
But I don't think it'll be enough to crush him.
Well then, what if we weighed 200 tons, yeah?
Daniel turned his hand toward the bus. It suddenly sank, the suspension groaned, and the bus's charge resumed with new force. God damn it! What just happened? What did the bus get so heavy? My entire body cried out in protest. My legs were on fire from the friction. My joints felt like they were going to pop in the face of the overwhelming, persistent force. Damn it. At this rate, it was going to do more than I could handle. Had to stay awake. Couldn't afford to lose consciousness.
Well done. You're quite impressive, Stryker.
I knew my body had already sunk halfway into the bus's grill. As I struggled to tame my metal burden at the edge of an fading consciousness, I heard the voice of my enemy. It woke me up immediately. That's right. I must not. I cannot afford to lose this battle. I looked around me. Another bionic human, the one named Duran, was floating down on my left side. On my right, Phoenix was there, glaring at me with hateful eyes. Still, I couldn't let go of the bus. My brow dipped with a cold sweat.
Let's see how long that courage of yours will last.
There was no way I could block it. I took Duran's attack head on. I thought you were stronger than this, Stryker Zero.
When the day is done, Stryker Zero, no one is no more. And this?
Oh dear. Oh my.
I focused all my strength in my left arm and released the bus with my right. My left shoulder made a creaking noise. I ignored the incredible pain and activated my striker unit. Striker system, change. Hyakushiki.
What?
There, the enemy was so overconfident, he had given me a clear shot. The force of my hit sent Duran flying clear of the bus. Now for the next one. Duran! Phoenix was so shocked by what had happened to his ally that my blast connected straight on. God damn! Just as with Duran, the hit sent him flying clear of the bus. That took care of the cyborgs. Now I just had to stop this thing. But I barely had time to enjoy my victory before I heard a voice from above.
Goodness me. They're all just so overconfident.
Damn, that's right. There was 3 of them. The third cyborg, Daniel, was hovering just a little ways above us. The words, "Game over," came to mind.
My gravitational attack can only work the other way, you know. Observe.
Several cars around Daniel began to hover into the air, having lost their gravitational tethers.
Take this, Stryker Zero.
Then Daniel shouted. The vehicles began to rain down on him. God, not this too! Ow! The car after car crashed down in the bus's path. I felt the shock of plowing into each of them in turn. Gotcha. It was like being caught in a rain of steel. Pain was my entire reality. I knew I couldn't hold out much longer. My mind began to turn cloudy. I focused desperately on trying to stay awake. I had to stop the bus. It wasn't just my arms now. My entire upper body was straining against it. The bus crashed over and over into the cars that littered its path.
Oh god. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh my god. We're all gonna die.
Man, we have to get him away from the bus. He's gonna kill us all, man. The glass was badly cracked. A male passenger had begun pounding on it with his shoe. Women were jeering at me with tears in their eyes. Another man was throwing things at me from the driver's window. It was 1,000 times more painful to me than any of the damage I'd taken yet. I felt my willpower leaving me. After all I'd done to protect them, why? Why did I have to suffer for them, when no one was ever going to thank me? The next moment, I focused my inner strength, driving such cowardly thoughts away. My mission is to fight evil and save people. The moment I forget that is the moment my life truly does become a lie. Meanwhile, Haruna clung, desperately, to one of the bus's support poles. Amidst the screaming and panic, Haruna just stared, furtively, at the path ahead.
Stryker, son.
The Stryker. Was Stryker really a terrorist, like they said on the news? He couldn't be. She remembered the day she had met him. The day when the city had burned. But now, the passengers were calling Stryker a terrorist and trying to drive him away. Hey, get us some stuff to throw. You done terrorists, get off our bus.
But I know Stryker-san is here to save us.
Haruna staggered to the front of the bus. Through the glass, through the foul plumes of smoke, she could make out Stryker's image.
I knew it. Yes, Stryker-san's trying to stop the bus.
Just then, their eyes met.
Huh?
When she saw the passion in his eyes, she realized the truth.
I've seen those eyes before. No, it can't be. It's just my imagination.
Haruna gasped. Behind her, one of the passengers was brandishing a fire extinguisher. Take this, man.
They're all lashing out at him because they're afraid. They can't even see that he's trying to save us. Stop it! He isn't a terrorist.
Haruna quickly grabbed a passenger's hand. Hey, what are you talking about? I mean, he's clearly...
No, he's not. He's trying to save us.
Look ahead. We're running out of road. The passengers froze and turned. Far ahead, the highway came to a sudden drop. Oh man, we're gonna fall! The scream was triggered. That scream was the trigger. The panic spread like a virus. Just then the engine shut off, and the bus began to glide. We just ran out of gas. Thank God. And maybe we can stop now. The light on hope shone to the passengers' faces. It's not gonna stop. I heard the words too. As if to confirm them, the bus's speed did suddenly drop off. I might be able to stop it now.
Oh my, you're working very hard. Well then, why don't I help you finish the job, yeah? This should be a fine job stopping it.
Oh dear. He fired a train at it. Oh, goodness.
Oh. You got this, Yamato. You got this. Buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear. No, huh? Oh, Yamato.
Oh, Jack, baby, catch me.
The force of the impact caused the train to fall, taking a chunk of the road with it. There was an apocalyptic crash, followed by an unsettling silence. The bus itself had stopped just before the precipice. Did we make it? Oh my god, I think we made it. Oh god. The bus stopped. We're saved, man. The passengers were overjoyed, as if they'd come back from death itself. Haruna turned her back on their celebration and ran for the front of the bus. She pulled the emergency door release and dashed out onto the street. She ran up to the edge and looked down. Stryker's body lay below, unmoving.
It can't be.
She climbed down the ladder at the edge and ran to him. It can be. Haruna grasped the ground below. Stryker still wasn't moving. She approached him cautiously and heard a faint moan leave his body.
Oh, thank goodness. He's alive.
She ran to him and cradled his body in her arms. Seeing him up close, there was no doubt that the man before her was Yuki Yamato.
I knew it. It was you the whole time, Yamato-kun. No matter how you try to disguise yourself, your eyes never change.
Overwhelmed with emotion, Haruna held Yamato tightly. Tears began to well up at the corners of her eyes, falling on Stryker's armored plates.
I knew it. You never change. You're still the Yamato-kun I always knew. Without anyone knowing it, you protected everyone. You protected me.
With her doubts washed away, Haruna felt a sudden pain in her chest. But she drove away the flood of emotion to remember the situation they were in.
Come on. Bad guys are coming. We have to hide.
Oh, hey! Haruna lifted Yamato's shoulders and began dragging him across the ground. But a Balborn cyborg dropped down and blocked her path.
Well. And where do you think you're going, my dear? I'll be taking this man with me. I have no wish to harm my helpless girl, yeah? So, I must ask you, politely, step aside. I see. You refuse, do you? Then, you leave me no choice. I must, as they say, twist your arm. I'll have you know that, as a gentleman, I take no pleasure in this.
Daniel lifted his arm up high. Haruna closed her eyes and hugged Yamato tightly. She knew this was the end.
Yamato-kun.
Several seconds passed. Nothing happened. No. Hesitantly, she opened an eye to see what was going on.
Huh?
A figure had grabbed Daniel's raised hand from behind. Daniel's expression was one of total shock.
Colonel Mira?
Yes! Wow. Good end.